Alright, what's going on, y'all? WeBull is back again, and now I made a video about Bleach characters that are unreleased in Bleach Brave Souls, and I intentionally left out Thousand Year Blood War for the main reason that I wanted to make an entire video dedicated specifically to characters that we, for the most part, expect to come to Bleach Brave Souls in some time. There are a ton of Thousand Year Blood War characters that are missing, in my opinion, and because of the sheer amount of characters in the Thousand Year Blood War that I would love to see in Bleach Brave Souls, I wanted to make a whole dedicated video. Otherwise, that video would have been like 30 minutes long, maybe even 40 minutes. Now, I'm going to try to be relatively brief. Apologies for any inconsistencies and stuff. I am using the wiki, and I'm gonna take my time reading the manga. Okay, so anyway, so let's just get right into it. First and foremost, there's going to be a ton of sternritters, and not just sternritters, but characters that appeared in the Thousand Year Blood War arc that I personally would like to see. I'm gonna be going over almost all the sternritters, so if I say something that's wrong, my bad. There's a lot of them. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. First and foremost, Pernitus. Now, Pernita is part of the Soul King, otherwise known as the right hand or the left hand. Also the left hand of the Soul King. Now, this one's interesting because Pernita actually has a ton of different powers that they have available. You see him here getting stabbed by Nemaya. You see over here Askin as well. What I don't know is if Caleb would really release characters like Pernitus, because would they use him in his cloaked form? Would they use him as a straight up hand? It would be funny to see just like a straight up hand. We do have relatively large characters like Yami in his Can't Fear Your Own World Beyond Resurrection state, so it would be interesting to see something along the lines of that. Kenpachi versus Pernita using his abilities against Mayuri. Mayuri's fight was really interesting, cutting off his finger. Mayuri's Bankai's babies eating Pernita in order to obtain his power, and then him eating Nemu. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the hell was going on through Tite Kubo's like mind as he was like drawing this, like I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who want to put their tongue on Nemu, but I mean, it's still a bit strange. Even his Volstandig is literally a bow, which is kind of interesting because he uses like, how are you holding that? And it's without a pinky too, right? It's like four fingers. It looks like 3 fingers, but I don't know. We'll see. Either way, Pernita looks to be an interesting character. I don't know if Caleb would actually implement something like that. I would like to see it personally, but I mean, neither here nor there. Now, next we have Juchiro in his awakened state. Am I supposed to say it like that? I don't know. Now, for those that don't know, Juchiro didn't really do anything in the manga, like, for the most part. Like, I think the most important, relevant thing that he's ever done is sacrifice himself. Either that or, get over here to frickin' Silaporo in the Hell Arc chapter. If you haven't read the Hell Arc chapter, yeah, I just spoiled it for you. Get fucked. You shouldn't be watching this video if you're trying not to get spoilers. Let's be real here. If you're here, spoiler warning, if you can see all the tabs up there, we're going through a lot of characters, and I'm going to try to be relatively quick. Now, there's not really much to say about Mimihagi. All he really did was put the Soul King back together, and he's part of Juchiro, and that's a whole different stuff. I don't know if they'll put it in the story, in Bleach Brave Souls in particular, but we'll see. I've seen a lot of people talk about the Soul King potentially getting a character. I feel like he would be the biggest meme character. I think it would be like putting Aizen. It'd be like making a Thousand Year Blood War Aizen, except he's floating around in his chair. I feel like this could be a funny meme character, and people might summon just out of the sheer. It's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? I feel like something like that could be really cool. We'll see what's up. It could be cool if he does like a transformation of him like being absorbed by Yua, and then his transform state is literally Yua in his for like 20 seconds. I don't know, maybe a permanent transfer. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be funny if he has like 0 stats, and then he uses his special move and he permanently changes to Yua, and he stays in Yua's state the entire time. I think that could be really, really cool. Like, you can't move, you can't do anything. You can only use your special you have to use your special from the start of the match. I think it could be really annoying or funny. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, all right? I think it would be funny as hell, but I mean, it is what it is. Next, we have Gerard Valkyrie. Now, in the wiki, it specifically says he is also the heart of the Soul King. This is it's implied that he is pretty much the Jin Churiki of the heart of the Soul King, kind of like how Juchiro has the right hand of the Soul King. So we'll see exactly how that lines up. I don't know. I don't really understand. This is also a lot of fucked up shit in this. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of fucked up shit in Thousand Year Blood War that I honestly still have yet to be able to make sense. I mean, maybe I should have dragged James on here, but I feel like me and him would end up just like throwing banter for like the next like 50 minutes. So yeah, here we go. Now he does have his own bow, as you'll see a lot of these Quincy's slash sternritters. You see it with Uryu, you see it with like literally almost everyone. You even saw it with Pernita. Like, I still don't know how Pernita handles it, but I mean, it is what it is. He also has his own awakened state after he uses his Volstandig. That could be definitely pretty cool to see, but I don't really see Caleb enabling something like this. I feel like if this would be in the special move, but it wouldn't be a transform state per se. I think it'll be something more along the lines of like Heart Hogyoku Aizen, where he'll transform and then just transform back right after the special is done. Next, him in his awakened state after he gets slashed by Kenpachi. Let me see if I can get like I should have a picture of Kenpachi. Yeah, Kenpachi like slashing him in half. A new Bankai Kenpachi would be cool, like him just straight up in his Bankai Kenpachi state. That could be really, really, really sick. I would love to see that. But you'll see here that he literally like does his Volstandig, and he literally just comes back, and then he becomes his like awakened form, right? Next, we do have Bambieta. Now, I didn't want to talk too much about Bambieta, but for me personally, I think it'd be cool if we got a zombie version of her, just like we did with Toshiro. I don't know what they'll do with her, but since she seems to be like a fan favorite for the Quincy's in general, I think that it could be really cool to see maybe even a tag team version of her and Giselle. Now, Giselle hasn't. Well, Giselle's done quite a bit. I don't know if it'll have her own character, but she does seem menacing enough, and I think I don't know. I'd love to see a zombie Bambieta, but I wonder if they would have to incorporate Giselle just so that way they can get some more attacks in, because Bambieta didn't really I don't want to say she didn't do much in her zombie state, like you'll see here, but for the most part it's like it's based on what Giselle's telling her to do, right? Next, I do have Giselle later on here, by the way, so we will talk about her. Okay, so next we have Asnot. Now, Asnot is actually in the game files. I actually have his stuff right here. So I would love to see what Caleb does with him. We already know that he's going to be a ranged character if they use the character model that we already have in game. He does have a lot of powers that he actually like shows off in the manga, which should be really, really, really cool. From impaling a bunch of scientists to stealing Byakuya's Bankai. I'm gonna be saying a lot. I apologize. Like I'm trying to research this and like think. There's so like I said, there's so many different powers here that it's quite mad. So you have here Asnot using. Look at that, I'm saying that again. You have Asnot using Byakuya's Bankai over here against himself, like against him, and then you also have Asnot's awakened state, in which he envelops like an entire barrier around him. I don't know if I don't think this will probably be in his special move. I think it could be. It's so gross, bro. Like I don't know. I really don't know what Tite Kubo is thinking making that character. Right? He's so he's so disgusting, but it's so cool. And yeah, I mean, he's like basically the epitome of fear. So I'd love to see like what they can do with Weaken in that. I don't know if they'll do like Drain or something. That could be cool. I really think that they can get away with a lot of the dual status elements with a lot of these characters. Next over here we have Lil Toto. Now Lil Toto we actually have in the game files as well. She doesn't necessarily have her own character. I should probably talk about Zombie Bambieta. We do have her art in the game as well, so that'll be definitely pretty interesting to see. But Lil Toto, she actually, click here. We do have quite a bit of stuff that we can actually do with her. Like she does have her bow as well, so she can have that. Her special move will probably, she is it G? Is she G? Yeah, G the glutton. So she does eat. I could see this being part of her special move. Not really a crazy amount of stuff, but yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool. There's plenty of lolicons in the community. I mean, if far be it for me to judge what people like. I mean, it is what it is. One of my friends is a lolicon, and I question him, and I'm like, what is it with the lolicons? And he's like, oh, it's kind of like having a daughter. It's like I just want to take care of them. And I'm like, oh, okay, because like for some reason I always think of it as it's like a sexual like fetish type shit, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'd rather like suck on like toes that have been like dipped in the backyard. Next we have Kang. Now Kang, I don't really have a crazy amount of stuff, but it does show here that he does have quite a lot of expertise in hand-to-hand combat. Primarily absorbs spiritual energy super fast, uses speed to pressure and repeatedly attack Hitsugaya, giving him little time to block his Bankai, the Volstandig, resulting in the formation of a towering column of energy that ends in a large Quincy cross. After the column shatters, resulting spiritual energy is strong enough to shatter the ice prison that Hitsugaya trapped him in, so it looks like he's able to get out of sticky situations as well. But overall, there's not really a crazy amount of like images I could really show. It's usually just him like getting like encased or getting clapped and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. It's just like him, like all these things are just like him getting clapped, except for like this. It claims he beat Toshiro and then he gets clapped. But oh yeah, that's right. So he does actually have claws as well. So this leads me to believe that this character is probably going to be a NAD character, since they state that he's really good at hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if they'll give him like ice abilities, as if like, because he does steal Toshiro's Zanpakuto. Does he steal the Zanpakuto or does he just steal the Bankai? I'm pretty sure it just steals the Bankai. But we'll see exactly how that lines up. It would be cool to see more NAD characters, and I think a lot of people are thinking that with Gerard we'll actually get another NAD character for Brave Battles when it comes to this character in particular. I don't know, I don't personally care for Brave Battle characters. Like, I think that they did a good job with Kenpachi, but it's kind of sad because I almost never play with him, and I would really love to. Now Killgate, another character that we actually have in the game files, it's pretty dope actually. Click. For the art, we do have him in an awakened state as well. So he does have an awakened state. I don't know exactly what is gonna go down here. This is him after he absorbs Aeon from the three sisters, Apache, Sun, and Apache, Sun. Don't tell me that I forgot the other one. Who's the other garbage character in that trifecta? Damn it. Mila Rose, that's her name, Mila Rose. She sounds like a porn star. So next we have BG9, one of the mechanisms, I suppose. Is he a mechanism? I'm pretty sure that he's just like a machine. But he seems pretty cool. I would love to see exactly what K-Lab does with him. I think they'll probably do something along the lines of like Gremmy's first strong attack, where it's like just like him with machine guns and stuff like that. He does have a ton of guns. He also has his ability to analyze stuff as well, as you'll see here when he's trying to analyze Soifon. He's also pretty masochistic, because he actually takes Soifon's Bankai to the dome in order to get a better idea of what it does, and his awakening is literally him just reviving himself. So I wouldn't be surprised if this character has like a revive mechanic. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these characters have revive mechanics, just because of how their Volstandigs actually interact. So we'll see what's up. It has a massive machine gun. Him destroyed, begging for his life, and of course, yes, Pepe. Pepe is gonna be funny, because Pepe is like the L the love, but I call him the god of love, bro. He's beefy, bro. Now he does do the metal, but instead of actually turning them into statues like Boa Hancock, he actually just gives his love, and then they reciprocate. He can control people with his loves, and yeah, I was gonna say the love fruit, but that's kind of a wrong series, huh? He does have his bow and arrow as usual. I do find it funny because, like, if you pay attention here, it's like he's like doing this. Like, it's not like he's pulling back or nothing. It's just psh, psh, right? Now he does have his awakened state with his Volstandig, where he gains wings. I do find it interesting that he does have like eyes on his wings as well, and they give him a massive massive pouch over there. This pouch is bigger than Cuchulathorn, which is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of, I don't know what Tite Kubo was thinking drawing him, bro. I think he fucked up, and he was trying to draw something for R34, and this is what came out. Yeah, that's tough. So here I was talking about Gerard. I guess everything. Oh, these are where the okay. This is when I was supposed to talk about like PvP characters and stuff. I was wondering. I'm like, I could have swore that I opened up tabs for Gerard before the stuff. This is him when he was like rebuilding himself, which is. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. It's kind of funny because the only reason he even lost was because he like they ass pulled his death, bro. He was about to smack ass. Right, next we have Robert Accutron, another character that I've seen a lot of people talk about. Reishi Pistol as his primary skill. He's incredibly fast. His awakening gives him his wings as like a lot of these other characters. We just saw it with Pepe, right? He's incredibly quick and quick enough to actually catch up to Ichigo as well, which Ichigo is known to be one of the faster characters in the series. Him getting his ass clapped, him being about a bit faster than Shunsui. So I'm definitely interested to see what they're gonna do with Robert Accutron. I feel like he can be like a really cool type of like Ryuken-esque character. I don't know, he kind of reminds me of Ryuken quite a bit, and I'm not gonna lie. Right, next we have Driscoll. Driscoll, honestly, I was not really aware of this character. I've heard people talk about him, and as I was like looking him up, I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna lie, this dude's badass, bro. Like, this dude literally is the reason. If you've seen Chojiro getting impaled, he's actually the person that steals Chojiro's Bankai. We don't even see Chojiro's Bankai, we see Driscoll using Chojiro's would-be Bankai. Oh, it feels bad. Driscoll even goes up against, and he goes right into Yamamoto's face, bro. He spawns arrows, but he uses them as javelins for his Volstandig, which is pretty freaking badass as well. So I'll be interested to see how this character lines up when he comes out. I hope that he's like a ranged NAD character. I feel like he could be really, really freaking sick, but I mean, it is what it is. Caleb can do whatever they want, right? Then him just getting clapped. Next, we have Meninas. Now, Meninas is an interesting character as well. She's another one of the characters that actually is in the game in terms of her art, and she actually has quite a bit of power. She has her bow, so you can use that. I don't know if they'll put that as like a strong attack or something like that. I would love to see like her actually you pull out her we'll see it in the next image. So obviously she's going to be like one of the brute characters, and she actually has a massive arm. I don't know if they'll do this for like a special move, but I feel like Meninas is one of those characters that it's bound to happen, and we don't really have to worry about whether or not she'll get a character. I feel like it's more of a when instead of an if. So I would love to see that. Bernice as well as Jerome. I'd like to talk about these two together, but unfortunately they get clapped faster than a tuna sandwich at a McDonald's, bro. You just toss it in the garbage. So they get clapped up. Another one here, I think that was Royd Lloyd or Roy, I forget. The two of them get me confused. I'm not gonna lie. I will talk about them both later though. Next one is going to be Masque de Masculine. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really find this dude overly impressive just because his design reminds me of a bootleg Captain America. But no, he ends up being pretty cool. I do like the fact that he actually like claps up Renji quite a little bit until Renji decides to be like, oh, dang. I was wrong. Yeah, so that's the name. He also has stars on his nipples, which is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. What is it with like these massive ball pouches, bro? Like, Tite Kubo, excuse me, bro. How fat are your testicles, bro? Like, how? I don't want to see them. I just want to know. Like, these are massive balls. Like, these are like the biggest balls I've ever seen on a human being. Like, maybe it's hot out and they're just dragging down, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I want that question answered, but I mean, it is what it is. Jacoop. I don't really care for this one too much. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't really care for this one either. This dude's kind of funny though, cause like I was reading. Let me see. Let me see where this is at. Nanana is very is a very wary and cautious individual. While Renji was asleep, he patiently waited an entire night because he falsely presumed Renji had set a trap. Like, imagine wasting an entire day of potentially fighting because... what's my enemy gonna do, bro? What's my enemy gonna do? Like, bro. He kind of remind me of, like, Long Beach Griffey. Low-key, like, a little gap in his teeth. You know what I'm saying? W the Wind, he has a lot of, like, counters. Not really counters. I think it says something, yeah, deflect attacks away. It doesn't counter backwards. It just, like, yeah, stuff just bends against him, which is kind of weird. We'll see how this character lines up if Caleb decides to release this. I feel like he's kind of one of the less popular ones. I've honestly never even heard of this character before, like, I was making this video. Lloyd. Oh, it's so weird. Like I said, I get these two confused, like, literally all the time, so I'm not gonna really go too deep into it. I have some screenshots though of them, like, fighting against Kenpachi, beating Kenpachi's ass. They have the bow and arrow thing as well. They do fight against Yamamoto as well, and they do copy. Let me see. There. Okay, here it is. Like his brother, Lloyd can transform himself into the exact physical likeness of another person. In doing so, he can replicate the memories and personality, allowing him to flawlessly impersonate his target, while the other can replicate powers and techniques. So that's pretty cool. So we'll see exactly what they do with this. I don't think we see anything about, like, a Volstandig. We do have his spirit weapon though, which is pretty cool. I do like the sword. The sword looks pretty dope. Alright. So next, going into Giselle. Giselle obviously is Z the zombie. She has a lot of stuff that goes on with her as well, like her whole little zombie army. I could definitely see them making a character, maybe having, like, her minions and stuff, but I feel like it wouldn't really be as personalized. Like, we saw it with Thousand Year Blood War Yamamoto, where he resurrects a bunch of zombies and stuff like that, but since we didn't really know what the zombies were, it was cool to look at, but I feel like it's kind of, like, impersonalized. I think that's why they kind of went with that last Zanka no Tachi Yamamoto, where it's literally, for the special, they just made it like a badass, just Yamamoto, no extra anything, just there you go. So Giselle reattaching Bambieta's arm, the resurrection of Bambieta, her beating Bambieta's ass, her being able to survive, like, what seemingly would normally kill a human or whatever. Obviously her bow and arrow actually has bones on it, which is really cool. I would love to see this being incorporated to, like, the special or something. I feel like I don't know, the detail on it is actually really cool. I would love to see Caleb do something with that. Shaz Domino gets off screen by Ichigo. Supposedly Ichigo. Yeah, so he gets he can spawn a bunch of daggers and stuff. I don't know if Caleb will do a character on this. It would be kind of cool to see, like, a really fast range NAD character though, so, like, I think it could be cool. Hubert, not really all that interested. The reason I put UI in here is because I would also like a remake for Ichigo, Aizen, and Yua. I feel like having a 3-character banner for maybe Anniversary would be freaking badass if they, like, remake them and actually make them, like, really, really strong characters. Now, when True Bankai Ichigo originally came out, he was really, really strong. I feel like him, Thousand Year Blood or Yoruichi, who came out in the same banner as him, were both, like, incredibly powerful, but unfortunately, like, Yua was only really relegated to what I don't want to say Guild Quest, Brave Battles. That's what it was. Like, he was only really good in Brave Battles, and that was only because of the star barrier, and there was no Pierce barrier back then. There was none of that this crazy stuff that we have now. So I mean, we'll see what's up. I feel like they can release Yua in not just this state, but in his, like, Soul King like evil state, like his awakened state or whatever. I feel like this could be really cool to actually get a character of. I know that the original Yua can transform into this state for 20 seconds or whatever, but I would love to see this being, like, a dedicated character, you know? Same thing with, like, Aizen. I would love to see a different Aizen, maybe even an Aizen Ichigo tag team. Like, if they did an Aizen Ichigo tag team character with this Yua, I think that would be a bomb-ass banner. Yeah. So here I'm going over the captains and lieutenants and stuff, trying to figure out which ones would really get like a 1,000-year Blood War character. So here I'm looking up Rose, and I think Rose actually played a really good portion of the 1,000-year Blood War, and I feel like he definitely deserves a 1,000-year Blood War character. I would love to see what K-Lab actually does with him. He does get a zombie state as well, thanks to Giselle, as well as Kensei and Rangaku. Yeah. Wait, he has 69 on his chest. I did not know that. Interesting. Yeah. So, with his Bankai, he actually calls forth a bunch of like dancers. Was this his Bankai? I don't even remember if this was his Bankai or not. Kinshura Butodan. Either way, he does have like to play his musical notes with a bunch of dancers. Yeah, so I feel like Caleb could do quite a bit with Rose. Isane does actually become a captain in the future, and she does play some form of a role in the 1,000-year Blood War, but it's nothing really too crazy. This lady is considered a sternritter, but is actually just a part of Gremmy, or originally thought to be a creation of Gremmy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so just a creation of Gremmy. She's kind of creepy, bro. Like I feel like this alone could be a pretty cool character. Like trying to stab little girl Yachiru. She's just gross, bro. Tite Kupo's crazy. Shinji, I feel like Shinji plays a pretty damn good role in the 1,000-year Blood War arc too. I don't know how they would incorporate Shinji. They could do quite a bit, just because I mean it's Shinji, so you can do some trippy stuff if you wanted to. When it comes to his Bankai though, when we get that's in like Camp for Your Own World, so they can't really do anything about that for 1,000-year Blood War. But either way, it would be really cool to see something with Shinji. I would definitely be down for it. I'm almost always down for a new Shinji as long as it doesn't have an 18% magnification for a strong attack. Iba, I didn't really care too much for Iba. Lisa, she did fight alongside with Hachigen as well as Love. I feel like these characters are pretty underrepresented. They're not represented well enough, in my opinion. Love and Hachigen. Lisa's been getting a lot of characters, so I'm cool with I'm cool with her not getting a 1,000-year Blood War character, but I think that they could do something for 1,000-year Blood War for her. This one, Kensei. Okay, cool. So Kensei, I think Kensei could get a 1,000-year Blood War character. It could be a really good time for them to bring in a Bankai Kensei that's actually good. It's been a long time since we've gotten one that was even remotely relevant, even when they first came out. Like the Kensei that we currently have, the quote-unquote best one, all he really was a damage reduction link, which is unfortunate, and he never got Flurry, right? Even with his resurrection, I'm not really expecting Caleb to give him Flurry, but I would like him to get it just cause. I mean, it is what it is. It's just cause. I don't know if they'll do a zombie state, but I did want to bring it up because I thought it was cool. Shuhei, I don't think he really did too much in the 1,000-year Blood War arc besides just getting like stomped out a little bit. Mashiro didn't really do a crazy amount of stuff besides stomping out Shuhei too. Rangaku didn't really do a crazy amount, but we do get to see her using some keto. We do get to see her with her fat ass titties out, and then we also get to see her smashing her head along the floor. Yeah, I don't know if she'll get a character, but it's Rangaku. I'm with it. Next, Ikkaku. I'm actually kind of sad because I really hope that Ikkaku gets more love in the Bleach Brave Souls game, just in general. I feel like he doesn't get anywhere near the love that he kind of deserves. I feel like when he originally was featured in the Soul Society arc, he ended up becoming one of my favorite characters. I hated him and Yumichika. I hated both of them, and then I don't know why. So something about him always wanted to fight, but being willing to like admit his defeat when he lost, like, and being like, "Yo, Ichigo," he's like, just kill me. You're gonna leave me in shame here. He's really honorable. I like him a lot. I hope that he gets a 1,000-year Blood War character. He didn't do a crazy amount of stuff besides defending Yumichika and actually almost getting killed by Toshiro. So we'll see how that goes. Yumichika, we do see him do quite a bit of stuff in the 1,000-year Blood War arc as well, from even cutting off Bambieta's arm, which is what we saw earlier with Giselle trying to put it back on. Yumichika getting sliced. Ikkaku defending Yumichika. And then Shuhei and Kaku versus I forget who they're fighting there, but yeah, and those are pretty much the 1,000 Year Blood War characters that I'm looking forward to. I hope that I kind of went as fast as I could without trying to stall. I'm like, I talk a lot, I know, but for something like this, like there's so you see how many tabs this is, bro. Like I have so many damn tabs that like I'm hoping that I went fast enough to go over the characters that I genuinely kind of care about. There are quite a few more characters, like 1,000 Year Blood War Chad would be badass. I think something like that could be good. I didn't really I didn't need to look up Chad. Bleach Chad. Let me see what we have, if we have any cool screenshots from 1,000 Year Blood War. Damn, daddy. Okay, I see you. Oh, look at him, bro. My man chiseled. Like, damn. All right, I see you. Boom boom. Confront the hollows. Damn, bro. What's this? Chad or Hime, Kilge. Yeah, it doesn't look like they did a crazy amount of stuff in the 1,000 Year Blood War. Oh wait, no, never mind. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here, bro. Chad rushed towards the main palace. Yeah, Chad is low-key MVP, bro. High key. How do we not have a Chad, bro? Look at Chad, yo. What is that drip, bro? Holy, okay, I see you. I'm not gonna lie, I like Chad's drip. Him versus Askin, grabbing Ichigo out of the air, bro. Oh, with his arms. Okay, yeah, nah. How do they not make a Chad, bro? How do they not make a Chad? We have an Uryu, we have Orihime. We need a Chad. We have 2 Ichigos. I would love another Ichigo, but I'm. Who else? Chad, nah, we have a Kisuke, but the Kisuke is so doo-doo. I would like another one. I feel like they did a good job with the Yoruichi. If they can resurrect her into actually being good, that'd be amazing. Resurrected the Byakuya into getting his frenzy, that'd be awesome as well. Toshiro into Havoc, Sajin into Flurry +2. I don't know. I feel like there's so much stuff that Caleb can do. There's really like the sky's the limit if they really want to just keep making 1,000 Year Blood War characters. But the problem with 1,000 Year Blood War is always going to be licensing rights, which is really, really unfortunate. I'm hoping that with Studio Pierrot and the 1,000 Year Blood War animation that they have the rights to do that without having to pay a bunch of licensing fees. I'm hoping that's the reason that we don't have more 1,000 Year Blood War characters now. But we'll see what's up. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a long one, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I will be going through the 1,000 Year Blood War arc and manga. I finally started picking up manga. I've been reading. I'm fully caught up on One Piece. I'll be done with solo leveling within. I should be done with solo leveling sometime tomorrow, and then I'll probably just get on Bleach, because like James called me out. He's like, yo, so when are you reading the Fullbring arc? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read the 1,000 Year Blood War. He's like, no, the Fullbring arc. And I'm like, you see, what had happened was. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, guys, grind on, catch up with him. Stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all enjoyed this video, you have a great day. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.